Hey, this is Ryan Hildreth, and in this interview, I'm going to show you exactly how Billy was able to build a YouTube automation channel with us, and in just less than 60 days, he's profiting anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000 from his channel. He's doing about $300 to $400 days, and I'm going to show you in this interview the exact strategies Billy used that you can utilize for your YouTube automation channel or a cash cow channel that you plan on starting. So I hope you enjoy.
I'm good.
Cool.
How are you?
Awesome, man. Doing well. Glad to have you on this chat. And for everyone watching, this is one of my clients, Billy. He started with us a little under 2 months ago in mid-July, and his channel now has pulled in a little over, probably over $7,000. Is that correct?
9,200 to this day.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a lot
9,000.
more than I thought. Cool. I mean, hey,
Yes,
that's great. And that's because your channel got monetized in about what, 30 days, right?
yeah, 30 days. Started July 19th. That's when I
Okay.
got monetized, July 19th.
Wow. So you've pulled in oh, you got monetized July 19th.
Yeah. Monetized
Okay.
July 19th.
Wow. So less than 60 days, you pulled in over 9,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, made my money back.
Awesome, man.
Made my money back right away.
Cool. So yeah, tell us your story. Like, what were you doing beforehand? Different business models. Like, what were you doing?
So I've been trying to make money online since I was like a teenager. I used to sell Cutco knives. I did MLM. I sold shakes. I sold like travel stuff. I did Amazon. Launched 2 products, but wasn't successful in that. And the profit margin was extremely low. I tried affiliate marketing, but nothing to brag about. The only thing that's actually worked and that was actually the easiest is doing this YouTube stuff. It feels like I'm cheating. That's how easy it is.
For sure, man. I mean, you followed the system to the T, and like I said, you follow the system, and the results are going to speak for themselves, right?
Yeah.
So
I
that's
do
awesome,
want to
man.
mention too, I am a cardiac tech as well. So this is just something that I'm doing on the side to, even though I have a good career that pays well, it's kind of like I want to have different streams of income, and using YouTube is just another way as a backup, and hopefully I can leverage it to start more channels or do something else. But as of right now, this is working for me, so I'm gonna try to get as many channels as I can while it's working for me.
For sure. And how do you manage that time? Like, how did you, and even before with your previous business ventures like that you tried, how did you manage time between your your corporate job as a cardiac tech, and building a business too?
And I'm married and have 4 children as well, so it's
And
time.
4 kids.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Have a great wife first of all, and then getting up early and staying up late until it works, and I'm still doing that right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome. Have you
writing out your schedule too the night before bed helps a lot. Don't do anything on the wing or just because you're going to end up crashing like that. It's just good to plan out your week or plan it out the night before.
Yeah, for sure. And what would you say that YouTube has, out of all the business models, taken the least time, or is it somewhere in the middle? Like, how is that?
I would say the least time.
Okay.
Affiliate marketing, there's a lot that goes into it and a lot of learning. Amazon product research is crazy. Learning the shipping is hard. Amazon is a whole bunch of upfront work, and then after that, it gets easier. But finding the perfect product is the main thing, which is hard
Yeah.
to do. But YouTube, I mean, with your system, man, it's pretty much autopilot. Literally, all I'm doing is just managing people, and it doesn't really require much effort at all.
Yeah.
I
And
can
I
pretty
like,
much do. I think I can plan everything out if I did like 4 hours straight on a Monday, I think I can plan out 2 weeks worth of work doing just 4 hours. I think I haven't done it yet, but I think I can do 2 weeks of uploading schedule in just one day and don't have to worry about it for 2 weeks.
Wow. So yeah,
So
you heard it right there. I mean,
yeah,
you said it yourself. You probably do 2 weeks worth of work in about 4 hours if you
yeah.
really put your
If I
mind
dial it
to
in,
it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I could.
And I like what you said there too about this business is about managing people. And it really has nothing to do with like, like filming the content or getting that perfect, like, that perfect video. Really, it's more about managing the people so they can do that for you, right?
Right, right. Yep.
Yeah. And would you say that's different? That's something that you haven't experienced like with in previous business models too, like Amazon or affiliate
Nah, I've
marketing?
never. Everything's just been by myself. This is actually kind of cool because I feel like I don't feel like a boss, but actually like it's more of like a team. Feels like it's more of a team thing. Like I don't feel alone in this. Everybody's talking. I work with 2 other people right now. Actually, I started a second channel. You could talk about that later. But so now I'm working with 4 people total. But it just seems like everybody's, if they're winning, I'm winning. So they want to produce good work for me, so that I can. And if it does well, then I'm able to pay them, and that helps out a lot. So everybody
Yeah,
wants to win at the end. They want to keep their job. I want to keep making good content and keep making money.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I love about this business, because you're essentially becoming a CEO rather than like an employee, right? Because
Yep.
you're a part of a team, and the contractors are doing their job, and obviously they want to make money. So the better they do, the more they're going to make and the longer they're going to stay with you, right?
Yeah. I never thought I'd make it to this level, honestly. Like I remember before I signed up with you, I was worried about how scared I was. And I was like, look, man, I'm either going to invest this money in another Amazon product because I was literally about to launch. Probably, I had the product picked out.
Yeah.
I had the sample and everything. I was ready to go. Or I was just like, but something don't feel right with the high shipping rates. So I just pivoted and um, I went with you. I felt like I known you for a while. We worked previously before.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah, man. And now and now your channel, I mean, it's crazy. Like I didn't even expect, that's why I told you, like, that's why I tell everyone, like 90 days, give yourself 90 days for you to hit, that profitability mark. But your channel's just, taken off. And do
Yeah.
you think there's anything specific that you did, like, without giving too much detail away, but like, was there anything, specific or?
Man, I wish I could tell you guys a secret, tell you a secret. But honestly, man, I just followed the course.
Yeah.
Um, I followed the course to a T,
Yep.
uh, and put my own spin on it on some things, which it's hard for me to get into it, like explain it. But
Yeah,
once whoever's watching, whoever starts their own channel, you'll be able to implement your own things to figure out what works for you and what doesn't work. Because what works for me might not work for somebody else. But basically, just stick to the course, and then you'll be able to try different things to scale it more. But
for
the
sure.
baseline foundation of why everything worked is just the course.
For sure. And do you think, like, I guess to give away, maybe a little golden nugget, like what is the best number of videos per week that you upload on your channel that you've seen the best results and that people could kind of run with?
4 videos a week. I tried 5, but I don't see a big difference. But I like four videos a week. And
Hmm.
another golden nugget is like tell your editor and actor to do 5 or 6 videos a week, just in case some they get sick, they lose power, they don't have internet connection. You want to have a backlog before you start actually uploading. That's the only thing I recommend.
Yeah,
Have,
100%.
have that backlog so that you can be 4 videos a week constantly.
Yeah. And it's so funny because like the golden nugget you just gave away is people don't talk about the business model in this way. They'll go to, hey, you should be in this particular niche, or you should be like doing this type of video, or making the video this long, and like, but not talking about the team aspect, like having a backlog of videos, like the actual nitty gritty. Because I think what people do is they look so short term that they're not thinking about, like, well, if I do have 500 videos uploaded to my channel, what are the things that, because anyone that uploads 500 videos is probably going to make some money, right? But they never make it to that point. So I think it's interesting that you brought it up that way. I mean, so like with your team, like how do you communicate with them to make sure that they're doing the job for you, and they're making those videos every single week on time?
Well, I use Asana, and then we communicate on Skype. And I just contact them through Skype once a week, and everybody pretty much has the same goal to, to succeed. And the
Yeah.
team, I feel like finding the right team is just the most important thing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Your team matters a lot. Respect them. They're there to help you. You're there to help them, but have that team in place.
Yeah, for sure. Was there a specific reason for you why you created these channels? Like why you wanted to make that extra income? Is it, like, did you have a goal in mind, like whether it's retiring sooner, or you just want extra income to go travel? Like, what was it for you?
It's safety, man. I have I would love to have the fancy cars and fancy house and all that, but I have a fear of not being able to provide for my family.
Yeah,
So that's the main thing. Like it's hard to, without getting emotional or whatever, but I just have a fear of not being able to provide for them. So that's the main reason why I'm always looking to have extra money, so that I'm able, if my wife gets sick, if I get sick, is you just got to have a backup available.
for sure. I mean, I
Yeah.
think a lot of people can relate with that. I mean, at
Mhm.
any level, like I feel like for me too,
Yeah.
we always have that fear. And I can only imagine. You have 4 kids. I don't have any kids yet. So
Yeah. And more of a large scale of thing, like when things start to go well, like I would
yeah,
love to be able to, like, buy my dad a car, buy my mom. Like I just want to. I'm always like giving somebody my last dollar, so I would love to be able to like help people out, is my family and friends as much as I can. Or like I have a dream of like just going on a vacation with all my cousins or whatever, or nice trip with my wife, or nice trip with my family, like just stuff like that. But first, it's safety first, and then the fun afterwards.
for sure, for sure. And so now you're making a nice profit. Like you kind of reached that first a goal you had to make a profit with your channel. Now it's pretty sizable. Your channel's doing like $300 days.
Yeah, $300 days, man.
Okay,
I
so
hit $399 on a day or two ago, and I
wow.
think today is gonna be my first. If it's not $400 day, I think it's gonna be a $500 day, because I had over 30,000 views yesterday.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's
I don't.
crazy.
That's my highest views from before was 24,000, and that was
Hmm.
a 300 something dollar day. But so I'm getting six more thousand views. That should be over 400. It should be.
So that's 30,000 views in one day, in
One day,
24 hours. So
24 hours.
in your back end of your dashboard, it says like maybe 60,000 views every 48
Yep.
hours.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely going
And
to
then,
be a
well,
400.
and then you could check the 7 day average too. So I clicked. What was yesterday's date? The 5th or the 4th?
The 6th.
The 6th. Yeah. So if you click
Oh yeah,
September
it'll be,
5th,
yeah.
yeah, and you can see how many views you got for that day.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it should be over $400.
It'll be over 400 for sure. That's crazy to think about, because if you're hitting $400 days now consistently, that's $12,000 a month. That's
Unbelievable.
that's hey, I mean,
Yo,
people, that's a lot of money.
yeah.
Um,
And
but
now, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, over the long term, like if you're hitting 12K every month for a long period of time, that's, you could put a decent chunk away.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
now, I don't know if you want to talk about this after the interview, but now I was talking about to my wife. I was like, I have a fear of losing it. Now I want to start. I want to start as much channels as possible because I don't want this to go away. You
Yeah.
know.
100. I mean, that's what
So
kept me
now,
motivated.
yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was happier. I thought I was gonna be. I'm happy that I had the income coming in, but I'm like, I don't want this to go away. Like, what can I do to keep this going forward? So
Interesting.
now I'm struggling with that. So we will talk about that in the
Yeah.
group meeting later.
Have you ever experienced that feeling before? Like to where you're hitting such big numbers in a month that you're like, oh my God, like how do I just, is this a first for you? Like this
Yeah,
feeling?
it's at first. It's I can't explain it. Like I go to bed at night and I'm like, if I have like two other channels doing this, like these numbers, like I don't think my wife. When I told my dad, I don't think they know understand how big this can get and how big of a team that we can grow.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, it's crazy when you think about it. If you know the course and you know like I'm still learning. It's only been a few months. I just found out about this business, mind you, in July. I just found out about it. So
yeah,
like once you grasp YouTube and what actually works, and you know the numbers, it's crazy what it can become.
for sure, for
Like
sure.
one channel's bringing me in between, on the, let's just say 7 6 7K on the low end, 9 to 10K on the high end.
Yeah.
Now imagine if you have 2 or 3 channels doing those numbers, and then just keep going. Imagine if you have five. You could just. It's crazy when you think about how big your team can get, and you see other
Yeah,
YouTubers talking about having 20 channels or whatever, and the
yeah,
numbers they're pulling. And I'm thinking about myself, as just an ordinary person, hitting those numbers. Like it's crazy that I just go to bed at night thinking about that stuff.
yeah. That is crazy. I mean, wow. And in your cost, so what's the cost on your channel? Like the average, so people can understand, the profit margin there. You're making about 9K a month and probably going to hit, 12K very shortly.
Yeah.
What does it cost to run your channel?
Uh, let's just say between 180 and 200 a week. So 180 was on the low end when I was just having them when I was doing the research myself.
Yeah.
And then now they're doing more things. They're writing a description for me. They're writing the titles. They're finding videos. So I'm paying them. It's about 200 now, but on the
Hmm.
low end, 180. And you can even get to like 170, 175 if you want to do more work yourself. But
Yeah. So with
they like
everything pretty automated, it's like 800 a month for you.
yeah, 800.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty, if you're pulling in 9K and the expense is 800, like
Yeah.
that's huge. That's huge.
And you're not seeing that profit margin on Amazon or dropship.
No way. No way.
Like
That,
maybe if you're selling like couches or something like high ticket items, but that's
yeah,
you have to be a marketing genius for that stuff. So
for sure.
these profit margins, I'm not seeing. I can't even think of another business model where you would see this profit margin.
Yeah. Like a 90 plus percent profit margin.
I don't
It's
know
unheard
anything.
of. It's Shopify. I mean, if you're at scale, like I have buddies that are, making six figures a month in revenue from their Shopify store, right? They'll pull in 500K, but their profit margin is like 8 to 10%. You know what I mean? At that scale.
Yeah,
So, and like someone who's watching this might be like, oh, well, that's pretty low for Shopify. I've done better, but in the grand scheme of things, I think you can't even compare because it's like you don't have a product. the service is, right, like YouTube is placing advertisements on your video. So they already collected the money from the business owners, and they're basically just, they already have the clients. They're just splitting the profits with you. So that's why I like it, because the money will always be there. You know what I mean?
Just looking it out. Yep.
You just got to figure out how to get it, how to get your piece of the pie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Nice.
Thank
Do
you.
you,
Thank you.
yeah, man, for sure. Do you have a strategy, like for someone who's watching and they're starting, you know, maybe they're following the system and they're starting to make profit. What do you have a specific strategy on, like how much to just pay yourself and how much to like reinvest back in the business? Because I know it's different for everyone.
I don't right now. I haven't.
Yeah,
I want to invest everything I'm making right now. Start other channels.
for sure.
Because I said I don't even want to collect for myself right now. I haven't yet.
Yeah,
It's just been sitting there. Um, Maybe next year I finally go on a vacation with my wife for the first time. But
there you
right
go.
now I'm not even. I just want to grow 2 more channels. My goal by the end of the year is to have 3 channels. I have my
Hmm.
second one starting. Third one should be up within 2 weeks. And then
Yeah,
next year, my goal is 6 channels. So right now, I'm not even thinking about collecting a profit right now. The money.
yeah. Yeah, and I mean, in essentially you could, because you're making so much, like let's just say the, you know, at the end of this month, the 9 or 10K comes in. I mean, like you said, it's only 800 per channel expense. So if you, even if you started 2 more channels, like let's just say 1,000 a month, right? That's 2K. And now you got 7K just like profit, like for
Yeah.
you, you know? So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, for me personally, like I would take a little off the table, like for anyone watching, you know, take 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50%, and then the other 50 just keep it in reserve, you know, for your channel, for your editors and actors, just in case for 1 month, like 1 month is lower, you know, at least you just have that reserve. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I do. But that's awesome, man. I appreciate you sharing like your story and kind of relating to the audience too, like the struggles, but also like the aspirations that you have. Um, is there any last advice you give to someone who's just getting started? Maybe they're skeptical, or maybe they're just on the fence, like you were at first. Like what does
Well,
it take to take that leap of faith and really commit? I guess that's what
you
we're saying.
well, first of all, don't make any stupid decisions. If you had, if it's your last. See, I'm high risk though. Like I would bet my last whatever money to not live an ordinary lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't want to give that advice out there because that's just me. Like I would lose it all so that I would risk losing it all so that I can get somewhere.
yeah,
But I don't want you guys to do that. You make your own decision. I will. All right. So if you had I don't know how much things cost for you monthly, but say it costs 2K, 5K, 1K. I don't know how much it costs, but make sure you have that money. If you want to play it safe, make sure you have that money, save up for it, um, and take that leap of faith, because I know if you're watching this stuff, you guys don't want to live an ordinary lifestyle. You're looking for something. You're tired of your job. You want something else, and just go for it. Because if you don't go for it now, you're gonna keep searching. You're gonna keep looking. You're gonna watch YouTube videos on all day about how to make money online. Just pick something you like and try it out. You might
yeah,
fail, man. I failed at so many things, but this one just happened to work for me. So if
yeah,
you want to take that risk and try it, go for it. If not, it's gonna eat you alive, because I've tried to stay away from the make money online stuff before, but then I ended up working 50, 60 hours a week. And then while I'm at work, then I start to think about, all right, I need another income. Then I always go back to it. So it's something that's in you. You want to make more money. You're not satisfied. That's why you keep coming back to this.
for
So I
sure.
would try it out, because if you don't try it out, you're gonna regret not doing nothing in the future. It's
Yeah,
always gonna be a what if, and that was my issue with me. I tried to I tried to make money, then I stopped, then I ended up working 2 jobs, and then I'm like, I really want to make money online passive. So if that's what
Yeah.
you want to do, you're gonna screw up, you're gonna fail, but it's part of the process.
100%. I like that you were honest too about that. Cause like for me, it's funny because when someone asks me too, the same question, I have a similar response where it's like, well, I don't want you to like, you know, spend your last dime. But I personally, that's what
Yeah,
I did. You know what I mean? It's
I did
like,
the same thing too. Yeah,
it's like, it's for someone watching this, they're either going to resonate with it or they're not. And if they're that person that's just sick and tired of doing the same thing and they want to get better and they just want to be a better person, they want to have more money, they want to provide more value to the world, I think it's like that type of person will do anything it takes. Like I call it, burning the boats, right? Like just burning the boats. We're not coming back. We're staying here until it works. So
yeah. You
I
want
think
it
we're
at all costs.
at all
At all
costs, man.
costs. Yeah.
We were in the same, I was in the same boat, in 2016 when I quit my job and everything. So it was the same thing, same process. But I think you're doing a great job, man. I mean, like, dude, all success to you, and you're already seeing so much success, and you have the right mindset, and you're starting more channels, so it's only up
Yeah,
from here.
yeah, only up, man. Let's do another interview within a year from now. See where I'm at.
Yep.
Same
Past the
day.
100K, you'll be past 100K in profit.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Nice. Well, thank you, Billy, for jumping on the call and doing this interview. And we'll definitely have you on again to have an update. You're probably going to, next interview, you'll be definitely past that 6 figure